our proud of the people, free them all. Spirits are strong. I'm literally bogged down. I'm calling you live and direct from Chicago, what is now has infamously now being referred to as Chirac, denoting the fact that it's literally and politically a war zone. And I'm just come to hear the two funerals today, and just in the process of leaving the repast, literally within a few minutes ago. And it was kind of get caught up in a couple of interviews back to back, and we have another interview set about, you know what I'm saying, amongst another number of different things, addressing the number of deaths and the casualties that we're incurring right in the city, in the city again, infamously known as Chirac. So that's kind of partly and due the delay with me being able to call in for this interview.
Man, no problem, no problem at all. Revolutionary understanding, like, man, we appreciate you being on with us. Kind of brief us on the latest happening. First of all, introduce yourself for those who may not know who you are. Who is Chairman Fred Hampton Jr.?
Oh, basically in a nutshell, the better yet, coming from previously coming out of the jail cell. I'm a servant of the people. I'm honored and humbled to represent POCC/BPPC, which is an acronym for the Prisoners of Conscience Committee, Black Panther Party, Cubs. Oh, hold on. I would definitely be remiss if I do not acknowledge the induction of the CRT, also the Community Response Team, which is also a part of our formation. We're an international organization. Carrying on the work of one of the most revolutionary organizations that North America has yet to witness, that being the Black Panther Party. In the eyes of the government, I have been, in essence, defined as a three-strike offender. One, just for simply being African. Two, for being the son of not only Chairman Fred, but also of Corey Jerry. And three, for continuing to fight for the liberation of our people. And we take the position that any entity that refers to it as a crime, we'll be honored to refer to as a criminal. We deal with a lot of basic day-to-day campaigns, ranging from addressing the demand of freeing political prisoners to addressing the rampant police terrorism that many people euphemistically refer to as police brutality. But the police terrorism that our people are subjected to on a day-to-day basis. In fact, one of our mantras is that we say every day, again I repeat, every day is September 11 within our community. And we say we had a great grandchildren of God, the offspring of Malcolm and the ideological cubs of Black Panther Party.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. We wanted to talk as much as you can about your father and Deputy Defense Mark Clark. Now I know that there's many that know, but there's a generation that don't know about the legacy, the sacrifice of who your father was and who Deputy Defense Mark Clark was. Can you touch on your father and touch on Comrade Mark Clark?
Definitely. I would like to preface my position or define who these individuals were with pointing out the fact that it's not by happenstance or coincidence that many people are not familiar who Chairman Fred, Defense Captain Mark Clark were. And this should be acknowledged that there's a concerted effort, again, that the legacies of forces of this caliber have been obliterated or maligned, in one way or another. In other words, as Malcolm X has stated, well, when we say they referencing the state, when they can't stop it, they will attempt to co-opt it, endorse it, water it down, change it, make it so it can be. There has been an ongoing effort that the conversation of such forces as Chairman Fred Mark Clark not be acknowledged, or if it's acknowledged, to be done in a co-opted type of fashion. We have been, the POCC, along with the coalition of organizations or entities such as the December 4th Committee, which is chaired by Akua and Jerry, formerly known as Deborah Johnson, the widow and comrade of Chairman Fred. We have every year the IRD, International Revolutionary Day, which December the 4th, we say that day is one of our September 11 stories. One of our September 11 stories, the day in which two of our twin towers, quote unquote, fell. We acknowledge not only the contributions of Chairman Fred and Lamar Clark, but revolutionaries past and present alike. And there's, again, you name it, from University of Chicago to other powerful entities have continuously attempted to, to take out anyone who speaks out and acknowledges the contributions of these forces. But this is the Chairman Fred representing an organization that really came from the masses, came from the valley. And though they were not given credit for such contributions as the first, I re-emphasize the first free breakfast programs, which in Chicago, Illinois, fed a minimum of 3,500 children a week, or the Rainbow Coalition, though there's been a concerted effort to give individuals the impression that it did not exist, or if it did exist, it supposedly came from individuals such as Reverend Jesse Jackson, which nothing can be further from the truth. It was Chairman Fred who organized the Real Deal Rainbow Coalition and done it when it was a revolutionary act, taking on such feats as winning a group of poor whites who are known as the Young Patriots, to some point of political unity, the Young Lords, to some point of political unity, and many of what we refer to as the unpoliticized street tribes. We politicized the formerly known devil disciples to a point of unity where they get up publicly and said we now recognize some, the black disciples due to the political education we have received from Chairman Fred and Black Panther Party, and even was able to flip the script, per se, after it was documented with the federal government, the vice lords, and a major street organization in Chicago, and told the vice lords that they would give them 16th Street, a portion of the west side of Chicago, under the condition that the Black Panther Party would not be able to open a free medical center on 16th Street. But under charismatic, courageous leadership with Chairman Fred, they were able to win the vice lords to subsequently work at the free medical center. And even by the federal government's own records, and I re-emphasize that, by the federal government's own records, because it's important to note that, because a lot of times people don't believe something is a fact unless you say white folks said it or the government said it. But by the government's own records, when the Black Panther Party was in existence, there was a record low to what is referred to as black-on-black crime, a term we have issue with, pointing out. But this organization impacted every aspect of our life, or better yet, our existence. Because Marvin Gaye said this ain't living. Everything from a lot of times you hear people from that era of time say, well, the music was saying something back then. But the music just didn't happen out of osmosis. It just didn't come out of a vacuum. There was this organization that upped the ante. And you see, not only Chairman Fred, but so many other charismatic, courageous individuals. You seen where James Brown had a whole totally different song playing at first. He wasn't talking about singing I'm Black and I'm Proud, but it was representatives such as H. Rap Brown, not known as Imam Jamil Al-Amin, literally drove down on this joke. James Brown told you better go back in the studio with that garbage you talking about. James Brown came back out talking about I'm Black and I'm Proud. There was a movement then that did not allow him, James Brown, to come back and he pulled in the Rocky movie with the red, white, blue drawers on talking about living in America. You know what I'm saying? So this organization, it's not been given its due credit. And again, there's been a concerted effort that people do not make the correlation. That this is the catalyst that, again, impacted every genre of our existence, from music to the way we deal with each other, name the street organizations, you name it. And so it's been that we have taken, this task. It's a hell of a task, but again, we acknowledge that it's similar to what I had stated at the repass for Stanley Tookie Williams in California, who was executed by the state of California, and we had to go do our own thing in the community, because it's like so many other instances. His funeral was a situation where the masses were attempted to be ignored, the masses of people. And when we told the community, and I pointed out that Tookie Williams came up in a climate similar to that I grew up in, devoid of such organizations as the Black Panther Party, where the only options in life were to become a Boy Scout or a banker. I repeat, to become a Boy Scout or a banker. In other words, to suit up and boot up for corporate America, or to suit up and boot up to be some sort of a spine Lucky Luciano. The Black Panther Party was such forces, Bunchy Carter, definition of him, Ronald Doc Statue, and list goes on and on. Provided